I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
So the last time we were here at Bootleg Alley, we were here to take a look at this guy, this Spider-Man Marvel Legends from that video game. Because I know that a lot of people wanted this figure. He's going for a lot of money in the aftermarket. So I figure maybe I'll get him. Even though, you know, I have no real interest in him, because a lot of the things I do for you guys to see if he'd be worth your 20 bucks. He is a good-looking figure, but unfortunately, he is a bit of a mess on the articulation side. So, you know, I think he can be worked with and fudged with and fiddled with to make acceptable, but then that is for the buyer to do. But just off the rip, no, he is not worth your money, but I think he can be worked with. Today, we are here, obviously, to look at the CT Toys Scarlet Spider. Our Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider has joined in to weigh in on this CT Toys Scarlet Spider. A figure which my main man Figures of Action Reviews calls a replica. A new main man collecting his Fun 24 calls a knockoff. We're going to keep calling him a bootleg for now, even though, as I've said, I don't believe this is a bootleg. I believe this is the actual MAFEX Amazing Spider-Man Scarlet Spider made by MAFEX under a different shadow company name, so they don't have to pay Marvel their licensing fee. I know, it's a conspiracy, but I think I'm right on this. Nonetheless, let's cut this guy open, see what we got inside. Just in case you're curious, this is what the box looks like. It looks just like the MAFEX box because, you know, it's a MAFEX. And the side of the box, and the side of the box, and the bottom of the box with a bunch of stuff, which I'm pretty sure is identical to whatever the MAFEX box looks like. And of course, before we get the figure out, you know, again, I have no idea how good or bad this figure is, but I don't think for $20 there's anything that you can get with this. It blows my mind, these bootlegs, replicas, knockoffs, and all the things that you can get for not a lot of money. This is why Disney lawyers are trying to shut these things down. So, but you know who's not trying to shut them down? Do you know who I did the research to see who's not complaining about this? MAFEX isn't complaining about this. I wonder why. And here goes our Scarlet Spider out of his package, looking pretty darn good with all of his accessories around him. 2 heads, a pair of feet, like 4 or 5 pairs of hands, a spare hoodie which has a bigger spider as opposed to the chest spider. Looking good, yeah. So, but let's take a closer look at this CT Toys Scarlet Spider. So we went ahead and threw on another one of the Scarlet Spider's heads, and we put on a thwip hand. As you can see, we were in the process of changing his hoodie, but we decided to just, you know, you might want to see what he looks like under the hoodie, and he looks very strange without a spider symbol or an emblem, with just a blank red body. He looks kind of weird. And one thing I don't like about any MAFEX, be they CT Toys or legitimate, are their pins for swapping their hands. I do believe, or at least I do wish they would give us more ball joints like this, because they seem so fragile and they could break at any moment. I mean, I've had that happen before. So, and you know, these things cost too much, at least the real ones do. To you gotta be, you know, you want to be very careful with these things. neck articulation is outstanding, as he has neck articulation as well as head movement. He has an ab crunch which goes back this far and goes back so far. Good hip movement. Of course, you can hear it creaking a little bit. I will admit that I don't treat these bootleg MAFEX figures with the same care that I treat the real ones that I get. You know, but I think, you know, these things should be put through their paces so we can see exactly what they're all about. There seems to be a little bit of unevenness in the hip area. That got that gap there, which of course would not fly in a real MAFEX, which is possibly, I mean, the slightest imperfection in a real MAFEX is going to get it sent back to the factory, because if you paid $105 for this, say at Big Bad Toy Store or something, you know, this would be unacceptable. But for what I got it from, this is more than okay. So yeah, this guy is pretty darn cool as far as he can do all of the moves that you would expect your Spider-Man to do. Nice. I mean, and can my Marvel Legends Spider-Man do that? Not quite. Not quite. It's kind of strange to be fooling with what is essentially a MAFEX figure, and then with their silky smooth joints, and then start moving a Marvel Legends and their somewhat, you know, ratcheted, clunky joints. Not that that's a problem. I think this is a beautiful figure. It's just, you know, an interesting transition to deal with. This is all, you know. But this is, you know, but this is a beautiful action figure. Let's not get it twisted up in here. And I think he actually looks better than this guy. But he can't do the things that this guy can do, nor should he be able to do the things that this guy can do, because this is a MAFEX. I don't care what anybody says. This is a MAFEX with maybe a few glitches. And here goes the CT Toys Scarlet Spider. A very nice figure, very nice. Again, as I said before, I don't think he's as aesthetically pleasing as the Marvel Legends Scarlet Spider, but he can do some things that the Marvel Legends Spider simply cannot do. And I'm sorry, I didn't open the box of webs. I have so many spider webs. I don't know what to do with them. We're probably gonna leave those, and if this guy needs webs, we have webs to choose from. But yeah, he is a good looking figure. Lots of accessories. While I am not crazy about the option to switch his hoodie, because, you know, taking clothes off and on action figures isn't something that I necessarily want to do, but the option is there if you want it. Lots of hands. His articulation is just fantastic, and again, he looks really good. I'm gonna have to pull out all of the CT toys I have and rank them, and from first to last of the ones that I have. I certainly don't have them all, but I gotta say, this one would be near the top of the list. You know, I don't know if he's as good as my Miles or my Miguel. They're all close, but we're gonna have to take a look at that in the near future and see how this Scarlet Spider holds up. But yeah, this is a bootleg, replica, knockoff, whatever you want to call it. It is very nice, very impressive figure.